I'm McKenzy from Mumford High School's HOSA chapter, and today I'm going to be telling you how I shattered my own expectations. My story started on March 23, 2006. I was born into a very loving family, but things grew unpleasant. My parents were teen parents, so there were obviously struggles from the beginning. Very soon, more children were born, so that contributed to having a low-income life. With abuse being added onto that, everything was constantly stressful. As a 6-year-old, I was changing diapers, washing clothes, walking to stores, and taking care of my 3 younger brothers. I went to school rarely due to the fact that I have all of these responsibilities to tend to. My education was never important to me, and in my mind, there was no way out of this situation. I vividly remember walking into the living room and my mother being on the ground after overdosing. The police were called, so CPS got involved. Of course, this did not proceed to change anything, and we were still in that home. After my mom was released from the hospital, I was convinced I would never be free from her home and my responsibilities. Child Protective Services had failed me and my siblings over and over, from bouncing between my grandparents' houses to wherever my mother had a place to sleep. Things progressively got worse. Our mother had no way to continue to house us, and as for our father, he was out of the picture by then. It was obvious neither of my parents were family or emotionally stable enough to nurture us as parents should. On June 6, 2013, our whole lives were changed. The woman that was supposed to love us the most put us into foster care. We were thankful enough to gain a loving foster family. It was a change for me to no longer have to take care of my siblings and act like a child. I grew to love school and actually tried. In elementary school, I helped tutor a fellow student, helped in a pre-K class, and kept an A average. On December 14, 2015, we were adopted by the family that had been fostering us. Everything in our life was turned around. We were no longer in that devastating situation. I'm beyond thankful to my parents that took us in as their own. I shattered my own expectations. I was now able to focus on my education. I finally made it to high school with an A average in hopes to make it to the medical field to pursue a career in pediatrics. I believe my early childhood responsibilities with my siblings provoked me to pursue a career in pediatrics. I did not expect to even make it out of that situation, but am now thriving. No one ever expected much from me due to the fact that both my biological parents barely made it out of high school. I chose to change everyone's perception of me and to overcome a life of devastation and poverty. I tell you my story not to gain pity, but to encourage you to push forward and shatter your own expectations.